Welcome back.
Slowly kisses passing by the river.
So, I don't really have a lot for you this week. Been a really busy week here at the workshop. Trying to get a couple of outside jobs, a few other little bits and bobs done that I've had sort of been putting off. Left to do for a while now. So yeah, not a massive amount today. However, got asked a question the other day. Got us to thinking. It's one of the lads I work with. Says, not a car guy by any means. Says, so all these Ford STs, things like this. He says, why are people spending like thousands and thousands of pounds on them? He says, I just don't get it. Well, kind of got us to thinking, what is it with them? Why do people spend so much money, time and love on effectively what's a lump of metal in a car? You know, it's an inanimate object, it's not a person. Yeah, what's with it? You know? I couldn't actually give him a straight answer, to be fair. I mean, I've been guilty myself over the years of spending thousands of pounds on my car that, let's face it, no one's ever going to recoup that kind of money back. So, you know, just curious what it is. You know, why do people spend so much time and effort on them? Let's face it, we could all be out living our lives, just sort of hanging out, doing stuff, relaxing, having a bit of fun. Then I thought, well, I do have fun. I enjoy a lot what I do. Enjoy the things that I have. You know, as always, I'm sure everyone has their own separate reasons for the things that they do, what they want to do with their cars. Then I sort of thinking, well, at the end of the day, let's face it, the money that I've spent on a car, I'm quite sure I could have went to a showroom and just bought a car. You know, could have bought a nice car. The money I spent, I could have bought a very nice car. So, yeah, just got us to thinking about it. I was thinking, what is it about the cars that we're like? I mean, you get a lot of kids these days, not to take away from the kids that do it, but you do get a lot of kids these days who will go out, finance themselves a nice car, whack it on a set of bags, chuck a set of rims on, there, that's it, done. Oh, look at my waxer car, how mister, you know? Well, again, not to take away from these people and the things that they do, but for me it was never about that. It was never about, look at how much money I've spent on my car. It's always more of a, look, I'm driving something different to what everybody else has got, you know? I've got something a little bit special here. Which is why the custom one-off mods make it that little bit more appealing. And at the end of the day, a lot of the cars you see now, especially modern cars, again, not to take away from people that like and drive their modern cars, especially the modern cars, you've got all very much the same. I find a lot of manufacturers are getting very lazy at the things that they do, and they're just kind of, they're stealing other manufacturers' work, just whacking their badges on it. There, that's it, done. Look at this, you know. I mean, take for instance the is it the little Igos? Little Igos there, same as the Peugeots. And I'm sure there's one other model that's the same as. to me, I like, always have and always will do, the stuff that, you know, not everybody else is driving. Not everybody else has. You know? I don't know. Let us know what you think. Stick a comment in. If you think I'm completely wrong, go for it. But it's just trying to explain to somebody who's not a car guy why we do what we do. You know? For those that are wondering about the dash cover, that's how they turn out. See? To me, that's what it's about. Making things, creating them. It does make quite a difference. Yeah. So let's say something a little bit different is what's wanted, is what's needed. Again though, how do you explain this to a car guy, somebody who walks into a non-car, how do you explain this to a non-car guy, somebody who just walks into a showroom? Oh look, that's a nice, funky looking car, I'll take that one. Yeah, you've got to have something a little bit different. This is one of the things that I find with the car scene today. I mean, back in the day when you used to roll up with a cruise or a car show, and a car that you'd spent months and months and months building, and I'm not talking about just buying parts and fitting parts, like physically building. I'll pop up a picture of me the car I was driving back in the 90s. I know this isn't going to be to a lot of people's taste, however, got to bear in mind back in the 90s this was all the done thing, this is what everybody wanted, everybody had. So yeah, I mean, you know, you felt so much more pride and joy in your work back then, the things that you drove, you know, people took a lot more care over it. You had to get a feel from a car, that's what I'm trying to say, you know. You can tell very quickly early on whether it's a nice car or one that you want to keep or not. Not always just about whether it's a dog of a car or not. To be fair, I've had cars being absolute pills, like absolutely knackered cars, and I have loved them. I've loved everything about them. I've loved everything I've had to do to them. Just loved the car. I've had good, clean, solid cars that, well, it's just boring. I got bored of them. You know, there was nothing to do with it. There was nothing went wrong with it. There was nothing that I struggled with it. You know, and that wasn't part of the fun. It wasn't part of the fun. For me, part of the fun was, you know, you go out in your car on a Friday or Saturday night, you didn't know whether you were going to make it back or not, you know. But again, just having that little something that turned heads, that little something extra that turned heads, for me was what it was all about. The other thing I've noticed, as I'm getting older, my tastes have changed a lot. Back in the day, loved me hot hatches, still do love them. However, in terms of an everyday car, they're just not as practical, you know. The whole purpose of the Calibra was the whole purpose of the Calibra was originally just supposed to be a runaround while the Nova got done. However, here we are nearly 15 years later, and it's now no longer just a runaround. This actually is the car that I show through the year, show car. One day I would like to get the Nova finished. One day I would like to get the Nova finished, but then that asks the question, will I enjoy it like I used to? I mean, let's face it, it's never going to be as fast as it used to be. Well, could quite easily be as fast as it used to be. Could make it faster. Would I enjoy it as much? You know, let's face it, not exactly going to be a comfortable ride. So I mean, I don't know what the hell I want. But yeah, back to the question in hand. What is it that people like about cars? Why do people get fascinated and feel they need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds on a car that, as I've said before, let's face it, I'm probably never going to get back? Motivation, I tend to find, is a big issue as well. I mean, how do you stay motivated on something? You know, I mean, you've got to enjoy it, otherwise you wouldn't want to do it. It's so easy, you know, when you're doing something and you spend a week or two doing something and it doesn't quite go according to plan, just to sort of shrug your shoulders and go, no, I've had enough, I give up. Now again, anybody who knows us knows that I have a real issue with motivation. I mean, let's face it, of getting done to this car, stuff I've done to this car for 15 years, probably takes some people a couple of weeks to do. I just don't have the motivation to do it, or I didn't have the motivation to do it. Things have changed a lot since I started a YouTube channel. I tend to find, as cheesy as it sounds, you guys are the motivation. I want to produce something one that I enjoy driving, so I'm getting stuff done that I want to get done. But you guys are the ones that are keeping us motivated to do it, which I like a lot. The things that you guys don't see, as much as you watch the channel, what you guys don't see is, for like the 10-15 minutes that you get of me, let's face it, generally just chuntering on, I'm down here every night now. Not quite every night, I do like a couple of nights off now and again. It's always good to have family time. It is nice to have a few nights off here and there. Yeah, generally I'm down here at least 2 to 3 hours a week. Sorry, it's 2 to 3 hours a night, most nights. Just trying to get stuff done. Just to produce you guys 10 to 15 minutes worth of content. I know it might not seem like that sometimes, but that's the way it is. There we are, seats back in. Next time I do it, I'll have a decent set of seats to go in. There you go. Sorry about that, sorry there's been nothing really massively interesting and in-depth and exciting this week. As I say, it was just something I overheard the other day, and got us to thinking, really, you know, what is it about what we do that keeps you doing it? Yeah, if there's anything else that keeps you motivated, or any other reasons you have for doing what you do, just drop a message down below. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts about it. As I say, it's been a crazy hectic week this week. We've been doing some shop blasting, as people see on the Instagram. Been doing some shop blasting on some motorbike parts. Been getting the carbon cover finished off, getting that ready to go. I've also been getting the carbon parts in the core now. No point in making a video on that because it's the exact same process as what this is, just using a slightly different mould. On top of that, I've also getting leaf blower done. That was just a simple quick job. Again, I keep asking if you're interested in stuff like that, then you know, let us know. I'll do some videos on stuff like that, but I don't think it's really that interesting, but that's probably because I do it for a living. I also have another lawnmower in here which needs a little bit of work doing to it as well, but I'll deal with that this week coming up. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next week. Cheers.